The people who pretend to be your friends, your family, your lover, are your worst and most terrifying of enemies on earth. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, please don't bullshit yourself. And if you are sick and tired of bullshit, join my free community today, where people are leveling up through truth, not fake positivity. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Please join today. What an unbelievable realization that the most terrifying of villains, that the worst of enemies, are closest to us than we think. And like I said, if you know, you know. Some fortunate people breeze through life and lack the awareness and the ability to even engage such a topic. But if you clicked on this video, you did so for a reason, because that friend or those friends, those family members, and it could be any family member, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin even, not just parents and siblings. And of course the extreme one, a person you chose to date, marry, raise children with, are the worst of them all. I mean it. God forbid you could walk down the street and get mugged. That's an enemy. That's terrible for you to go through that. But these people are worse. The reason why is so obvious, and I'll try my best to explain it to you in as much detail from my own personal experience as possible. Because yes, the worst enemies I've ever encountered were certain friends, were certain family, and of course, certain partners in the past. When you are a highly sensitive individual, which I'm pretty sure you are, when you are rooted in truth and morals, and when you are a good person trying to do good things, not necessarily being a people pleaser, but you're just trying to navigate through this complex, difficult world, the biggest problems we'll always face are people. People cause us more stress, more drama and anxiety and depression than actual nature. And if they're the wrong people, if they are the scariest enemies, then magnify that by 100. Let's begin with friendships. We didn't choose our family, but we chose our friends. Most likely the first friends you ever had were in school. Worst case, college or university. Even more worst case, through work or your community, your neighborhood. You let these people into your home. Friends became family for you. You perhaps spent Christmases together. You divulged and shared your deepest, darkest secrets. You engaged with them on a level that you never thought you'd have with another person. And through friendship, you look into each other's eyes, either as kids or adults, and you say, we're always going to have each other's back, right? We're always going to be there through the good times and the bad, right? That was the vow that you told yourself. That was the lie and the bullshit you told yourself. And then one day, and typically, it's either when things are going very well or the opposite. The mask slips and you could have been friends with this individual your entire life. And suddenly you see them for who they truly are. And when someone exposes their truth, don't bullshit yourself. Believe it. They are toxic. They are narcissistic. And your heart shatters into a million pieces. You broke bread with this individual. You traveled. You went through so much. And they betrayed you. How could they do this to me, you say? You might confront them if you can even contact them anymore. And yet they still showed their true colour. Every meal, every phone call, every interaction, every time you looked into their eyes, you trusted wholeheartedly. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You ignored a red flag or so. But the truth was there. They were playing a game, waiting to sabotage you, waiting to destroy you, waiting to hurt you. And they succeeded. And why that's the worst enemy is you allowed them in. And you can apply this exactly to a relationship as well. Once again, we don't choose our family, but we choose who we date, who we marry, and so on. We opened up our hearts to friends and to lovers. We became the most vulnerable, and as a lover as well, through intimacy, through sharing a home, finances, and so on. You build something with this individual, only to find that for years they were breaking your heart and sleeping with others. For years they were planning an exit. For years they never loved you. They used you like a pawn in a game of chess. How could they do this to me? How? We stood at the altar, you say, and they said that they loved me. I forgave them for so much, and they promised me. Our heart shatters and breaks into a million pieces because it's the necessary thing to happen. It is a traumatic, brutal, devastating realization. But we need to go through it. And let's talk about family. There is no choice in family. We are born biologically into this unit, these people, these individuals. And depending on your culture, how big or small your family is, the same rings true. And typically, and especially, when there's good positive news from you, or devastation and despair, these individuals will find a way to stab you in the back once more, to break you even further. And you'll be on your hands and knees begging and praying why it can't get any worse. They're not going to sink any lower, but they do. Because family believe in this respect, especially the toxic individuals, that you deserve it, that you can take it. And they can be their most abusive, disrespectful, toxic selves because you grew up together, because they got away with it for so long. The person you become before, during, and after this process will never be the same. Before, you were wishfully naive. And if you've had the hat trick, friend, family, and a lover, a partner, all become your worst enemy, hurt you and betray you the way they have done in different ways, then, my God, the individual you become afterwards is truly remarkable. But it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. It needed to happen. So you're saying I needed to get abused to break free? Yeah. So you're saying that I needed to get disrespected and scammed and cheated? Yeah, you were too trusting. So you're saying that I needed to have this agony and heartache? No, but it taught you a valuable lesson. That you were too trusting, too naive, and you didn't trust your instinct and yourself. Of course, with family, it's difficult. But as we grow older and more emotionally intelligent, hopefully, and more aware, you have the choice to keep them at arm's length, which I strongly suggest you do in this circumstance. But as for the others, the friend, the lover, etc., there is no greater move than to move swiftly in the opposite direction. But I'm getting divorced. Do you want to stay married to your enemy? But they really hurt me. Do you want to be friends with your enemy? But who am I going to spend Christmas with? Do you want to spend the holidays with an enemy? That's what they are now. You must take off the rose-tinted glasses and again, like I said, see them for what they and who they truly are. And when you do that, you break free of the fluff, the fake positivity, and all the bullshit that's kept you stuck. And if you want to join 800 plus like-minded people leveling up through truth in the process and becoming stronger, more assertive, confident, and healing in the process, join my free community, the No Bullshit Society. The link is in the description and comment down below that is pinned. Please join. Do you understand what this means? If not, watch it again. If you're at the beginning stage, you have got the choice to get out whilst you can, to put in boundaries, to protect yourself. If you're going through the process, watch this again to understand that you are not alone, despite no one understanding how you feel. When they say and gaslight, it's family, oh, let it go, it's friends, I'm sure you'll work out. It will, but for you, not them. Stop thinking about them and their titles. And if you've broken free and become stronger, you've healed and you've got the scars and wounds, you become a very attractive, strong, beautiful human being with wisdom, knowledge, and the confidence to say, if I can go through that shit, what else can I handle in life? What else can I achieve? What else can I do? Very much, my friend. Very much. Write it in the comments below. Share your story. Watch this again if need be, until it sinks in.